Ladies and gentlemen, have a seat. We're gonna pull back the curtain on some comedy. Sit back, relax, and chat with us. Collab on a piece that will perform as we perfected all the intricacies line by line. We'll take it one joke at a time. With Michael Copenhaver and Spike McCulley. Oh, God, the producer, he's a real OG. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for one joke at a time.
Thank you, Blind Joel Covener, for bringing us in, as you always do. We'll get a lot of fucking comments about that theme song. They say that it's the best damn theme song they've ever heard for a podcast, and I love that shit. Yeah, and that's coming from Daniel Gradell, and he likes to shit on everything. You know Dan Gradell.
It is catchy.
It's dude, I love that song. Thank you, Blind Joel.
It's got a funky beat.
Welcome back to One Joke at a Time. Today's guest, oh boy, we're going to have a lot of fun with him. We're going to be talking about the zoo. And as you know, if you don't, for the folks that are maybe tuning in for the first time, we take your comments. So make sure you comment about, what we're kicking around. Throw some beats at us. We're going to build a joke that's going to be 3 to 5 minutes long in the next hour. And if we can get the stage time, we're all going to perform the joke, and then we'll play it for you later. We've been really slacking on doing our one joke at a time jokes because I've been doing a lot of contests. And I don't want to do an untested joke at a contest. Sorry, I want that money. But I've got one for you today later in the show. Stick around, and you'll get to hear my joke that I did from the Rich Green episode, Big Rich Green, where we talked about being a man.
I'll go eat a big plate of shit for y'all here in the next week. I'll take care of it.
I know.
Hey, who's the handsome guy we got running all the banners in the back?
Handsome John Hamill, what's up, baby boy?
Not too much. How are you guys doing?
Just another Saturday in Pleasantville,
smiling
baby.
faces. I love your smiling faces.
It's early still.
It's early still. Yeah. It's not for me.
We haven't been awake long enough to get pissed off and be fucking grumpy and angry.
So we're talking about the zoo.
That's right. We're going to talk about the zoo.
Who are we talking about the zoo with?
Mike Bono. A great comedian I saw last week. I had a chance to host for him at the Tipsy Cow in Latonia, Ohio. A great show there. What a great crowd. I mean, they were really into everybody. Nobody bombed on that show. Not one person bombed. Every fucking person was really good. I mean, we had them from the beginning. John Huff puts that show on, and they'll be back at the Tipsy Cow again next month. I will make sure. What did he do?
Nothing.
I missed it. You pointed, and I missed it.
No, it was Hamill put it to Hamill, so I was pointing to Hamill. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, it was a great crowd. It was a great show. If you're anywhere near Latonia, even if you're not, it's worth the drive. Great spot, great owner, excellent bar staff. If you like to get drunk and watch comedy, the Tipsy Cow in Latonia is your spot. Mike Bono, the reason we wanted to talk about the zoo is because you currently live in Zanesville.
I figured that was going to be the reason.
Yes.
Yep.
Before we get too far into that, I don't want to glaze over this. Did everyone notice Mike just have that a squirrel moment? You know what I mean? As soon as my hand moved, he was like, oh, a butterfly.
Well, you pointed to the thing. I was, oh, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Like
totally broke character.
I don't know.
Next time I'm going to whip my dick out.
Oh, I'm looking at that for sure.
Okay, back to the zoo.
And make sure you comment if you're watching, please, and thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, I unfortunately wasn't living here at the time when all those animals got out. I was still in Stupidville, Ohio. And, yeah, but my sister-in-law actually lived, like, a mile away from where all these animals got out.
Wow.
And just hearing her talking about it, you thought she was hallucinating. Now, this is a woman who has never had a sip of alcohol or any drugs at all. She is clean as clean can get. And she thought she was hallucinating because she saw a monkey run past her store. And she was just like, no, there's no way a monkey just ran past me, and lo and behold, the wilds let all the animals out.
You know, I've got a funny story about that monkey. This won't go toward the joke really, but it's worth telling. I used to drive Amish, and I was driving Amish in the thick of this whole thing. It was a national story. This thing was huge. This guy got all depressed or whatever. I think they were going to foreclose on him, or they told him he had to shut his zoo down. So he said, "F you, I'm opening the zoo and letting all the animals out then." And he got mauled by a bear, maybe a lion or something. Ate him.
There's a lion.
Yeah, he got thrashed. Like within minutes of opening it, he just opened it up and stood there and like, "Go, jungle friends." They were like, "Yeah, let's get that fucker."
Well, what do you think was going to happen? Seriously,
Right.
do you think the king of the jungle was happy in a cage like that? Like, how big is the cage at this guy's house?
Oh, he had.
I mean, yeah,
large enclosure.
It's a very large place. The wilds, like they actually have a place where you can zip line, you know, and see the whole thing. And they have like safaris that you can take too as well. I mean, this place is actually pretty big, but like you said, the king of the jungle was sitting there like, oh, I had him fooled this whole fucking time. He's thinking I'm bullshitting, letting the cage open and see what happens.
Right. I feel like he probably played with him too before it. You know what I mean? Like he's been buttering him up.
It's a cat. It's going to play with his prey a little bit.
Timing its moment though. You know what I mean? Like he'd come over, it'd purr like, "I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Open the door, tough guy. I'm your friend. I'll just get out. I'll let you rub all over me as I maul you to death, fucker." You know what I mean?
It's like a dumbass who he wanted the full contact experience with like a Black Panther or a Puma or something. And what happens is he got mauled big time. And I think, you know, that's definitely the full contact experience. 100% full contact. And I'm highly doubting he's going to try that again in the future. But yeah, this is a national story. It was all over the news every freaking day. And I was driving Amish at the time, and they were announced on the radio and during the news or whatever that they could not trap 2 or 3 monkeys that were still like escaped. So they were calling in professional hunters to shoot them. This Amish guy sitting behind me says, "Oh man, I wish I could go down there. I've always wanted to shoot a monkey." What kind of psycho has always wanted to shoot a monkey? I'll tell you, the Amish are crazy sometimes.
I think it's interesting that he knows monkeys exist.
Well, they know animals and they know the animal kingdom. That's all that they really talk about. Like there was one, it really drove me crazy. I'd be driving, you know, and I'm half tired. We were going to work at like 5 a.m. and shit. I'm picking everybody up. And then you hear, "Hush, hush, hush." I mean, they would freak out. And hush in Amish language means deer. They would just, everybody wake up or whatever if they're sleeping. "Oh, where? Let's see. Oh, man, that's a big bruiser buck, man. Oh, man, that's just great." I mean, they would love just looking at deer. So one day we're driving home from Pennsylvania doing a job there, and I see a bunch of chickens in somebody's yard. So I was like, "Chickens, chickens, chickens." And everyone thought it was hilarious.
You'll have that.
Weren't impressed by the chickens, I take it.
They weren't, but they knew what I was doing and how aggravated. Because I would tell them, "Man, you guys got to stop freaking out about the deer. I'm going to fucking kill us one of these days." You know, it's like, "Deer, where?"
Isn't the mauling always the end result of the zoo somehow, some way? Like, I feel like the majority of zoos and the majority of cities have an incident where someone gets fucked up because you have a giant animal in a cage and people looking at it all day.
And people,
or you have those dumbasses that jump into the cage like, "I'm just gonna go pet it, like that's okay."
Yeah,
I'm gonna be Steve Irwin today.
Yes,
the Lion Whisperer.
And it's always like the most non-equipped person to be trying to handle a lion. It's like a skinny dad with a fanny pack, and he's got like a pink polo shirt on, and he's climbing
and
over
khaki shorts.
Yeah, it's tucked in. You know what I mean? He's got a 5-year-old like, "Get ready with that camera."
Right.
It's.
I think it was Busch Gardens in Florida. One of my favorite stories I've ever heard. They had this out over the lion or tiger's enclosure, a open air restaurant, and some kids, I think they were from France, 17 years old, were taunting these tigers, and they were jumping up. I mean, this was 20 feet up above the tigers. They thought it was high enough. Well, they were taunting this tiger to the point it got adrenaline pissed, grabbed one of these sons of bitches, got him down into the enclosure, and mauled the shit out of him. I do believe he died. I love that.
I mean, I feel like that's going to be the end result. Like,
Stupid should hurt. That's my opinion. Stupid should hurt.
You know what I've always said, and you can look back at some of my old acts. Like, we need to start taking some warnings off some shit, and like, let's just let the stupid take themselves out. Like, you want take do not eat off paint. Like, how do you know not to eat that? Like, you want to eat it? Eat it. You know, I don't care. You know, feed it to your dumbass kids too. We don't want them either.
Carolyn Monroe says the idiot that's going after the tigers in the zoo, the ill-equipped guy, also wearing socks with sandals.
Yeah, 100%.
that's-
He has socks with sandals, Dad.
That's like the
From Germany.
quintessential dad outfit.
Yeah, it's definitely the your mom hasn't given it to me since you've been born outfit.
I may as well just make sure that no one else wants it
Right.
forever and ever too.
Your mom's definitely fucking the mailman, son.
Yeah.
At
That's
least,
why your brother's not looking anything like
right?
you.
At least the Amazon guy twice a week.
Yeah, nobody needs that many remote controls. So, the zoo. We've talked a little bit about that national story. That was great. I always find it hilarious when, like, they have the San Diego Zoo, and they're trying to get these animals to bang and have babies, and they have a camera live in their pen so that you can watch them be born. That seems a little stupid to me. You want the people to go to the zoo and pay for the zoo ticket. Why are you showing them what they want to see for free?
Do you really want to see that?
Absolutely.
You know what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
if I want to. I don't want to see that. That's not. I don't want to
No.
see birth.
The zoo comes with enough weird smells. Let's address the smells real quick.
Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting there live for a real birthing and the smells and like the elephant shit and there's cotton candy over here and your nose is confused. It's like I smell sweet, I smell salty, and I smell shit. And what is that? Placenta? I feel like it's a bad look.
Yeah, that's something I would watch on camera away from the placenta. I don't want to take the risk of getting placenta on me because I'll throw up immediately. Then we're going to add a whole new smell. It's just vomit.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do it too because I'm standing next to you. We're hanging out.
Right.
So now I'm fucking throwing up.
Animal births are amazing to me. Like a horse. You ever see a horse give a live birth?
Yes.
That sucker is up and walking within 15 minutes of being born.
Yeah.
People are way behind the curve.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to protect this little idiot forever. A horse wakes up, born, and then knows how to walk and eat.
yeah, it knows what it's supposed to do.
Exactly. People, not so much. And I think it's that whole warning labels thing. We've been breeding stupidity in, like the idiocracy thing. Stupidity is just so goddamn abundant. I mean, women used to be way tougher too. You know what I mean? Way tougher than they are today. Absolutely.
You're going to
Think
have
about
to
it.
elaborate on that one because
All right. Now you get what, 6 weeks maternity leave? Some of it's paid and all that.
Right.
Back in the day, if you didn't go back to your job, you would get fired. So you'd go home, have your kid, and then go to work the next day.
I didn't know that. So, okay.
Absolutely. Well, that whole maternity leave and everything was new. It's for women in the workplace so they don't lose their jobs. They can keep their place and such. It's not fair, you know, that they lose their jobs because they chose to have a family.
Well, it
Right.
wouldn't be fair. You realize that, right? Like you're supposed to procreate the population. It's part of your natural instinct, and we should account for those people.
Well, I think they should just go the hell to work instead of needing to be on their ass for 6 weeks.
If you can shit something 8 pounds out of your ass and get up and go do manual labor on like a cheese line or walk around a restaurant all day, I'll buy your opinion on this. But I want to see an 8-pound object come out of that asshole. That is a birthing I will be there for at that zoo. I want to see an 8-pound object come out your hairy bare ass, and then you get up and go like jogging.
I had my shit fixed. I have 2 children of my own. I figured out what was causing it, and I got that noise fixed. It was cheaper for me, easier for me to get it done, and we needed a kid, say, to save one of the other children for DNA purposes or whatever. We could always.
I want to address this about the zoo real quick. Why are we all so compelled to go watch these depressed animals?
Because we can't all afford to go to, say, Africa to see the lion in its natural habitat. That's
Yeah,
a-
but you know what? Every time I've been to the zoo, the lion's always just like laying there, like giving everyone the finger, like, get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't want to see you. You don't want to see me, really. You're just hoping I attack somebody so that this becomes an interesting event.
Well, I think that people want to see dangerous things up close and personal, but what they don't realize is exactly the depressed lion. He's not supposed to just lay around and get fed all the time. He wants to hunt. That's why, like at SeaWorld, they had tigers there, and they would do things with the tigers that mimicked their natural behaviors. You know what I'm saying? They would train them to do things that they would do in the wild.
Where was this?
At SeaWorld.
So they had like a raptor cage for the fucking tigers.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was great. Oh, it was fantastic. They really took care of the lions. Now the orcas, not so much.
Did they have Star-Lord?
Star-Lord.
Yeah, the dude that trained all the raptors from Jurassic Park. What the fuck's that guy's name?
Chris Pratt.
Wonder if he
Chris Pratt,
started out
yeah.
at SeaWorld. Like, that's where he got his training. You know what I mean? He's in that fucking big tiger enclosure, and he's like, listen to me, Blue. Listen to me.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, he had to have some kind of training, but yeah, I didn't know about that, but you know, okay, I'm one of those people who have always wanted to own a monkey. I don't know why, just like a little Abu on my shoulder all the time, so I can be like, "Hey, monkey, get me the salt," and like it just does shit for me. Then I started to realize that they just rip people's faces off, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't want that. I like the moneymaker where it's at. It doesn't bode well for comedy without a face."
Capuchin monkeys are very cool and very small. They can't really rip your face off, but they can bite the shit out of you.
That
They
monkey
got
would fuck you up.
big fucking fangs. I mean,
Right.
if you don't treat it right, it can jack you up fast.
Well, I heard they get weird when they hit puberty, just like teenagers would.
Just
I
start
don't like
humping
the
everything.
gorilla exhibit.
The gorilla exhibit.
I don't like the gorilla exhibit. You see those few gorillas, they never look at, you know what I'm saying? Unless they're like literally jacking off or flinging shit at you, they just don't seem happy.
No, they're not. 'Cause
I
they
saw
know what
one
they are.
that I can't remember what zoo I was at. I want to say it was the Pittsburgh Zoo, maybe. I don't know. A gorilla was just sitting there, and you can just see the anger building on his face to the point where he actually threw shit up against the glass and it stuck.
Ugh.
Like it. I was like, all right, you guys go on. I want to see what happens next. I got to see. Does he clean it off? Does he pick it up for a reload? What's going on next? Is he trying to break the glass?
Hey, baby, go get me one of those $12 popcorns. I'm going to be here the rest of the day. Have fun with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a weird thing at the zoo, snacks and shit. I mean, yeah, you want to sell stuff, you want to make money, but I never once felt compelled to eat at the zoo with all that stinky shit around me. I've always been a weirdo about smells and such when I'm eating.
I feel
Yeah.
like I was young when I made those zoo trips and I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
You have a stomach of steel up until a certain age. Like you could eat whatever the hell you want. I think it's once you start inducing alcohol into your system that it's just like, yeah, this wall needs to come down. This needs poison needs to exit the body somehow, and like we just can't eat all the shit that we used to eat all the time.
The high proof shit can be a bit like paint thinner. It's probably taking a layer off at a time. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm with you on that. Because, yeah, you're right, dude. At a certain age, dude, you'll eat fucking mud. You eat Elmer's glue. You'll put sticks in your mouth for no damn reason. You're like, hey, get that stick out of your mouth, kid. He's like, fuck you.
What's the oral phase? The mouth is where you experience everything because you're just a little kid. As well, what's this taste like? Okay, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat this. My nephew ate a penny when he was a little baby because he just liked the taste of the metal. He was licking it, and then he swallowed it. Had to go have a $10,000 surgery to get it taken out of his system. Cut that sucker out of him. A square for a day.
Yeah. I
Couldn't
think
let it pass naturally.
But think about it. If you were in a zoo, how happy would you be?
Well, you know, I think quarantine told everybody about that because we were all kind of locked in our houses for a while. I mean, not as long as these animals have been, but I've been in these four walls for just way too long to the point where I can kind of see where they're coming from. Like, I hope like a Jehovah's Witness knocks on the door or something, just so I can just have an interaction with somebody and maybe punch him in the face. I don't know. It's just I don't know what's going to happen next, but we're here now. Let's see what happens.
I feel like it would depend on my position. Am I in the cage? Or am I out of the cage selling popsicles? Am I the guy with the big rubber arm putting his like arm up the elephant's ass because it had a blockage? Like, what's my job?
You're an alien abductee and you're put into an alien zoo.
All right.
You've lived free for 30 something years. Now you're captured and you're put on display.
Do they try to mimic my surroundings?
Oh, yeah.
Like we do animals?
Yeah, they're going to do that.
So they're going to give you a microphone and a stage, or are they just...
Well, you probably get like
what's in the habitat? All right, let's go that
yeah,
way. What are we working with here?
Like, is it like a bachelor apartment pad where you get to go out and they bring you like ass to smash on occasion, hoping you reproduce the population? Like, what is your gig? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you're the guy that they lay out with the Bruce Wayne bachelor pad and your only job is to like fucking make little humans for the zoo? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
are they letting you watch that
gig.
When you put it that way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, we figured out that Spike really likes ice cream. He gets cranky if you don't get it around 9 o'clock at night. Make it mint chocolate chip and pat him on the head twice and once on the ass and call him an asshole when you leave. He likes that.
Yeah. No, I'm letting that process a little bit because, you know,
there was a lot there to unpack.
Stuff. You're the man, Spike. That was from who?
I'm just saying.
Edward Dowski.
What up, Ed? It really depends on your position in that. You know what I mean? Like, what if you're the fluffer? Like, what if they have some big stud human with perfect DNA and your job's only to mop his pubes? Like, I don't want to be in that zoo. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the zoo fluffer for all the studs.
You know what? Even if you're the stud, though, after a while, it's like, you know what? I'm good today. Like, the boys need to replenish themselves. I'm not making any humans today. Like, this is not happening today. I can tell you that. I know my body. My balls are in me right now. That's not going to, nothing's coming out of there. Maybe sawdust. I don't know. Something's happening, though.
In real time, as you were going through that human spiel, I pictured myself as an alien with, like, the shock taser we hit the elephants with. Like, what was that? What was that?
Oh, you're going to fuck today.
That's right. Now swallow this pill and get hard. Like, fucking, that's how we are.
Good morning, Ashley. Oh, man. This is going pretty weird.
Well, I was just...
This took a weird turn, though.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
I like it.
We get pretty strange sometimes.
Well, think about the things they do at the zoo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even like whenever they're trying to domesticate another animal. So like, say like, if you're the female version of this and you do have the female baby, they're going to take the baby and put it in the incubator and give it all its shots and all that stuff, make sure it's good. And then they're literally going to milk the woman to feed it.
Well, don't they in the zoo, if like two gorillas procreate and they have a baby gorilla, they don't take it away.
I don't know. I don't work at the zoo. I'm telling jokes.
I'm pretty sure, like, I've seen zoos with gorilla babies and they cradle them, and yeah, it's pretty strange. You milk it.
Well, I'm just saying.
The kid.
Yeah, you just strap one of those like titty things on it and
Just
set
hook
the
up some
machine
breast
to go.
pumps to both nipples and just go.
Yeah. You imagine what it'd be like having to hook all them nipples up on a giraffe, bro?
A lot of nipples.
I feel like giraffes wouldn't listen like a cat, right?
No, they'd get that neck down there and just headbutt the shit out of you.
Be a straight asshole about it. Like, fucking quit it, Katie. You swing your head down here one more time, I'm not feeding you. I swear to God. You let me put this nipple clamp on.
Don't make me get a ladder. Come up there.
Carolyn Monroe says, if you want to see a caged animal go rogue, just tap on the glass of your girlfriend or wife when she's on her period. Now that's some live action. That sounds fun, doesn't it? We did a sketch about that. You can see it on our One Joke at a Time page. It's called Paranormal Period. It was our first real like video that we made.
Yeah, like 10-minute film.
Yeah, 10-minute short film. It was a lot of fun to make, and I don't know. We got relatively zero feedback on it from people, so I don't know.
Got too real for him.
The thing I'm gonna say about that is if she's my old lady, I have to stay with her the rest of the night. If I do that to a gorilla at the zoo, I get to leave 30 minutes later. You know, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're stuck with that angry woman for the duration of your life. I mean, you might be able to leave, but you can come back. They're still gonna be mad.
Dude, that's like being the lion tamer, and you know you haven't fed them fuckers in 3 days. You know what I mean? You don't poke the bear, dude. Don't poke the bears, people.
I think that's
The holiday. We're out of meat.
Don't do is not feed the lion if you're a lion tamer, because you want to keep the lion well fed, so he's not in the mood to eat you.
Yeah,
that's part of it. You don't forget to feed your lion when you're the tamer.
What if Ebert's been out on a fucking bender all weekend? You know. He's out there slaying zoo ass with the hot new innkeeper. He's totally neglected his shit. He went off the deep end, spent a whole fucking paycheck at the bar, and now he's trying to figure out what to do on Sunday. He forgot about the lion.
Right back to stupid should hurt.
Stupid should hurt.
I mean, if you're the lion tamer, you got to feed that damn lion. Just like at the crocodile people. They feed these crocodiles a shit ton of food in the morning. That way, when they're putting their hand in its mouth and stuff, it's not necessarily wanting to eat at the moment it's been fed.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
But if you fucking taunt it or something, or people are aggravating it, and then it just lashes out, like Roy and Siegfried and Roy, it's like whatever happened that day, who knows?
The tiger grew a pair of balls, I think, and knew, hey, I'm a fucking tiger. Why am I letting these dudes tell me what to fucking do? No, let me show them something.
This guy's in a fucking sequin suit.
And tell me what to do in a sequin suit?
Right. Flying around like a fairy. What the fuck is happening in my world? And then he just bites him. He's like, fuck you, man. I ain't taking this shit.
And you know what? I've always said this. You know, I'm one for useless knowledge. Like, my head is chock full of stuff that isn't going to get me anywhere. Like, you go to the ostrich exhibit at the zoo. I know that fucker can run 55 miles an hour and keep that pace up for 30 minutes, which is actually faster than the lion. So, like, where's that going to get me? If an ostrich breaks out of the zoo, like, okay, I can't outrun this. I run 2 miles an hour tops because I don't run because I got the pre-dad bod going, and it's just not going to happen. Like, I don't know why I know that. I don't know where I found that information out at, but I also know, like, going back to your premise with the alligators, I know it's only when you touch their tongue when they clamp.
Interesting. It's
like, I'm never going to put my hand or body part in an alligator's, or even come that close to one for that matter, to know if that's true or not. But I've seen it where people have actually, like, touched their tongues, and that's when they get eaten by the alligator or crocodile. No idea, again, where this information came from, but it's up here forever now, and now that's just my hell, and that's what my wife deals with on a daily basis. I just turn to her and tell her fun facts about animals.
Well, when you don't have arms to feed yourself, I mean, it's kind of got the whole Tyrannosaurus Rex thing going. It can't reach its maw with its legs,
right.
So that's just its evolutionary bit where if it touches me, bam, I'm biting it, and it might just be, you know, something. Like, I don't know, like a stick or something that's swimming slowly. A stick hits his tongue, chomp, and it's just trying to maul a stick. Alligator death rolling a stick. It's just.
I want to backtrack to what he was saying about the ostrich, right? So he's made a decision in his head that he can't outrun this ostrich. So let's paint this scene a little bit. What do you do when you turn around? Are you going to square off with the ostrich?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to. Okay, first. I mean, I'm going to see how far away he is and know, okay, he's running 55 miles an hour. I got to be faster than that fat person right there. I think I can do that. That's going to be my first instinct. Like I got to be faster than them. If not, I might try to square up. I don't know. The Lord told me this is my day to die by ostrich. That's just this. So I want one roaming my property. Let's just go there. I want one as a protect animal in my backyard.
So in this, you pissed off this ostrich. It's coming squarely at you.
Yeah.
You turn the square up. What's your finisher move? How are you handling it? You know it's gonna flail its head at you and try to peck you like a goose. What you know what I mean? It's coming and it's gonna flog those big fucking legs at you. It's saying,
yeah,
like,
got that one claw on its foot. I know I got to avoid that. So my first offensive move is going to be defense. You dodge that. And then I might go for the neck. They kind of have the giraffe thing. I don't know where the windpipe will be, but I'm going to start joking the shit out of this thing and try to ride it. You know, move, jump on top of it, put it in like a full Nelson or something. I don't know. Rear naked choke. That's all I got. I mean, after that, it's going to stomp me out, I feel like, though, if I don't take its air from it.
Its head is not very large, so I'm thinking those neck muscles aren't very strong.
Right.
You just tie that son of a bitch in a knot.
Just
Looney Tunes style.
That's right. That's right. And that right there. I mean, I would not run from an ostrich. I don't care how big the son of a bitch is. I'm a man. No
Big
bird
ass man
can chase
pigeon.
me away. Goose? Fuck you, goose. I will kick a goose. Piss on a goose. I had a goose attack me when I was golfing once. And I kicked the shit out of that damn goose. And it fucked off. It was like, oh, I didn't realize you were a man. And it took off.
This
Okay.
goose is 5 foot tall with like a fucking 8-inch talon on its foot.
I don't know about the ostrich and the talon, though. Grab the neck and ride the fuck out of that bitch, Carolyn says.
I like the ride. What I think happens in the ride is if you can get that first move off and you make it to the ostrich's back, seriously, I feel like when it feels you attacking it, now it's in a flight moment. You know what I mean? So when you fall off of the ostrich, it's like, fuck you. And it just keeps running like, most things in the wild, they don't like it if you're strong enough to fight back. They attack you because you looked weak or sick or, you know what I'm saying? Or you really...
Ostrich would not try to attack a human because I don't think they eat stuff like creatures. And shit, do they?
I don't know. What if you were the guy that's been like fucking having to check its prostate for 3 years? I feel like an ostrich might be like, this fucker ain't putting his thumb in my ass today. Not today, boys.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I give all these people, I got friends that are, they work at zoos, they're animal trainers and all this. And they're always posting videos of them like with tigers and shit. I'm like, well, how did you grow the balls to just walk up to the tiger like, oh, hey, what's going on, man? How we doing? We're just going to have a good day. Okay, see you later. And then, like walk away. Like, you're going to turn your back to a tiger?
Right. That's why in India, people going out to harvest bananas wear face masks on the back of their head because a tiger wants to attack from behind in stealth. So they got a face in the front and a face on the back. Is to avoid tiger attacks, but there's still dozens and dozens of banana harvesters that get mauled by tigers every single year.
Because you know what, with the face on the front and the back, I'm sure the tiger probably was like, all right, I've seen this dude before. Like, that's not a dude. You shouldn't have a face on the back. Hey, get it. You know what I mean? And it's just going to backfire.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that much of a thinking creature, I would guess. I mean, it's a evolutionary killing machine, and it likes to kill a certain way. It doesn't necessarily know what paint is, and that this guy's not just walking backwards because he can see them. That's why they don't want to chase something they can see it. They don't want to expend the energy on something that might escape. So they get close, and they grab it and just maul the shit out of it.
I seriously think them tigers are lucky that America's located in America and India is located in India. Because if you switch those, we hunt those tigers to extinction before the end of the 1800s because they were a nuisance and they were fucking with my crops.
It's like the Tasmanian devil.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that American, everyone's got a gun. It's like, you see that fucking tiger out back, boy? Go load up the 308. We're blowing holes in that bitch tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
But I feel like you go up to enough rednecks, they'll be like, all right, here's your AK-47. I already got one. You know what? I got some shit that you've never seen before. Don't worry. I'm cool. Save your money.
don't be out in the pasture. We planted tiger mines all along the back fence there.
I got some claymores over there. I got a motion activated mine over there. Just, you know, stay off the property. That's just what's going to happen next because I got Hiroshima coming for you here in a minute.
I loaded a 55-pound box of tannerite right here in this hole. And when the tiger gets to that point after Mike chases it, I'm going to shoot it and I'm blowing it all to hell, boys.
Yeah, that's right. They have your youngest child out there. It's like, just look supple, look delicious.
Yeah.
Don't worry, son. I ain't missed yet.
Which one of you's failing English right now?
D in math, get out there.
That's right. Okay, we are at the halftime of the show, so we're going to shout out some sponsors real quick. Eargasm Comedy Showcase. As always, we use their stuff and we are partnered up with them all sorts of different ways. They've got tons of podcasts all week long. Tune in around 7 o'clock on Wednesdays and Saturdays and Fridays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays for 3 different podcasts there. I think 7 o'clock is every day of the week now, too. I think they release Alexa's new show Thursdays at 7. I think Geek Out's Tuesdays at 7. But lots of shows, man. Just check out the Eargasm Comedy channel on Facebook and the Eargasm Comedy Showcase on YouTube to check us out for anything you want to see. Like Rob Coleman. As always, we want to thank FNP, Funny Noises Productions, Chris Kettler. He gives us a lot of the minutes we get to do these jokes. Thank you, Chris Kettler and FNP, for comedy that'll make you FNP. And as always, the good people at Peach and Honey Anal Lube. Well, you're slacking, Jonathan.
Peach and Honey Anal Lube. Now available in fun size. But wait, there's more.
That's right. And there will be new promos for Peach and Honey coming up very soon. They've given us some cash to tape some stuff for them, and that's what we're going to do. Because we want them to keep being our sponsor, but we also need some new sponsors so we can keep doing stuff, keep having fun with you guys, just goof off in general. So, if you got some extra bucks, how about throwing them our direction? Cash App at Mike Copenhaver. Please and thank you. We need to have a one joke at a time cash app is what we really need.
Yeah, sure. Give me some money. I need $1 from 1 million fans. That's it. Just $1 from 1 million fans. And then we can really launch something special.
Not asking much.
No.
Cash me on that. How about that?
Yeah. Cash me outside.
How about that?
That bitch. Dude, I know this is completely off topic of the show, but that bitch does 5 minutes on Murray being a complete young tramp. She says one line, you turn her into a rapper, you give her a fucking perfume line, and now she's like the top grossing fucking naked chick on that fucking site. What the fuck's that site's name?
OnlyFans?
Yeah,
OnlyFans?
dude, she did like record numbers when she came out as the Cash Me Outside bitch. Like, really? What the fuck happened to this country?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the stupid hurts. It should hurt, and we need to let them take themselves out.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I was telling her that in her DMs because I, pay for OnlyFans, obviously.
We need to get her on the show.
Dude, yoga pants and a fat ass is not a talent. It's not.
No.
I don't condone his words.
But it is pleasant.
I'm not saying I hate on a fat ass and yoga pants. I'm just saying that's not 3 million views on fucking TikTok like it should be, America.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not. There shouldn't be fucking 2,000 girls with a fat ass and yoga pants that have 12 million followers.
But there are.
Damn it.
That's why sometimes I wish I was a woman.
A lot of weird ass people.
Yes. And speaking of being a woman, Jonathan, are you ready to roll that footage? We're going to show you one of our one jokes that I did. It's from the Big Rich Green episode, Being a Man. Roll that footage, please, Jonathan. Nice and loud.
This is for my podcast. We get together and we write a joke in 1 hour on Saturday morning. Then we go out and try to perform that joke. This is one joke at a time. It's about being a man. Being a man is not easy. For all you women out there to say, oh, it's a man's world, it's a man's world. I'm here to tell you, it's not in every respect a man's world. There's a lot of gender inequality that a lot of people aren't willing to talk about. If all the ladies in this room right now went topless, every person would go wild with that. Tell us, what would happen if we took our dicks out all at once? People would be going a whole different kind of wild, wouldn't they? A whole different kind of wild. There'd be policemen, charges would be filed, you'd be put on a list. guarantee you it's not on the list. Have you ever heard of persistent arousal disorder? It's where, okay, you have an orgasm every 30 to 60 seconds. It's called persistent arousal disorder. It never stops. It happens always. And if I were to ask the ladies in the room, do you love to have orgasms? Ladies, are there ladies out there? Do you like orgasms, yes or no? Okay, one taker, she does.
I heard one.
But I'm willing to bet if she had persistent arousal disorder, she would love it that much. All the ladies I saw on Jerry Springer were boo-hooing. Oh, it's the worst thing in my life that could ever happen. I can't have a job. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare that every 30 to 60 seconds, like, I'm telling you right now, your only job in life, if you're a woman with persistent arousal disorder, yes, every woman with persistent arousal disorder, your whole job the rest of your life is just to make any man your husband. Because he's going to do everything in his power to feed and house you, because you're going to make him for every 30 to 60 seconds for about 2 to 3 minutes feel like the master of the universe. He will kill himself for you. Now, you're a man with persistent arousal disorder, your life is ruined. For sure. Ask for a date. Hi, Carol. I really like you, and I think I really think that a night out at the Olive Garden and a movie would be really terrific with you. Yeah, you're gonna have drinks thrown in your face from here to Kingdom Come. You're never gonna get a date for a man. It's just a lot of gender inequality that people aren't talking about. I'm just trying to raise awareness.
How many was it?
I recently broke up with my last girlfriend, and it's great to be broke up. I'll tell you that. But the new girl I'm dating, it's not so great. She's a wonderful girl.
That's it, Jonathan. Cut it. That was the one joke from the Being a Man episode. Light crowd. It was a music night there. Didn't get a lot of laughs, but I really liked that bit that I ran. I personally like that one. It's fun to do, and I'm going to work that a lot more, and hopefully we'll get it to work a little better in a better room.
Dude, some of that, dude, as soon as you said, like, if we pulled all our dicks out at once, like, I hated that I wasn't already in for you. Dude, oh, man.
I think that joke statistically proves a point, too, that most men do not know their way around a vagina.
No, we just kind of poke and guess.
Yeah, you asked them if they would enjoy it, and most of the women in that room don't know because they never got one.
Yeah.
That they didn't give themselves.
Right.
Very true there.
Back to the zoo.
Back to the zoo.
You know what I want to see at the zoo?
At the zoo?
Yeah. You know what I think that they should have at the zoo? Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Like a Shark Tank or the show Shark Tank?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes to both of those.
Shark Tank in the Shark Tank.
I feel like they should put those type of people in a tank and then introduce them as the biggest predator there. You know what I mean? Like they do like a big reveal and they're like in the biggest predators in the zoo. And it's those millionaires raping all those brilliant people for their ideas on pennies on the dollar.
The reason I want a Shark Tank at the zoo is I want to see how many people will be like, oh, they don't like people. I'm just going to jump in here and show everybody that they don't like people. Watch, he's not going to eat me, and dive into the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I feel it's another way to get rid of the stupid.
Little did Jerry know the suntan lotion that he'd rubbed on his skin 35 minutes after arriving at the zoo was fish oil based.
Right. Right.
But you know what? Again, one of the useless knowledge. What they say to do when you're attacked by a shark? Punch it in the face.
Yeah, punch it right on its nose because it's got all that It's like it's balls, kind of. It's got a whole bunch of sensory organs there. Like
Right. I get all that, but you know what? Do you know how hard I punch underwater?
yeah,
You could
I get
hit me
that.
in the balls like that, and I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like it's just, it's not gonna do that much damage. I don't punch that hard underwater.
Why don't we put a lid on those tanks?
Because most sharks don't leap out of the water onto dry land. They feel safe
Like-
enough that they don't worry about that. But I'll tell you ever see a great white go up out of the water to breach to hit something? 'Cause that's what they'll like,
Impressive.
the way they attack the seals or whatever. They just see the silhouette, they just fly at them, boom, and just snatch them.
I feel like from an insurance angle, if I'm your adjuster and you have this big open shark tank at the zoo and I spent like the weekend watching The World's Stupidest,
Yeah,
I'm going to be like, dude,
that's true.
Or
you
just
got to get at least a fucking net on this thing, man. Like, seriously.
just
Right.
happens to be Shark Week. They see the great whites. Like, no, somebody's gonna dangle their baby over this and just be like, "See, he's not gonna attack him."
I want to meet the safety coordinator at some of these zoos. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I
That's
feel
got to
like,
be the hardest, dumbest job in the world. You're dealing with stupid people who want to fuck with animals.
yeah,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you got to think about every idiot you've ever met and the stupid shit that they would do. And then you got to make it twice as escape proof as it really needs to be.
yeah. I feel like the safety lady at the zoo, or man, sorry, I don't mean to put a gender label on it, people. Please do not trip the fuck out. I feel like the safety person at the zoo is probably like very similar to the safety person at like a NASCAR event where they throw up the mesh net to protect you from a car if it flew into the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And we're in such denial because we're having a good time. We're like, this net makes us safe, and Bush Light makes me God. You know what I'm saying? Like it. Fuck.
That was close to home. I'm actually a huge NASCAR fan. Believe it or not, I am that much ingrained with redneck too, as well. That I love NASCAR that much. It's
Right.
just, I've been to an event. Like I've been to live on track. It's better live, obviously, but you know what? It was amazing because the cars came zipping by. I was down in the front row and I watched them go by, and I was like, "Oh, I thought there'd be more wind." And I turned to see if any stragglers were coming, and then that wind comes and just smacks you in the face, and it's just like being assaulted and being partially erect at the same time. It's rare.
It's a feeling that plumps you up.
Absolutely, you get a little half tubby going.
Dude, I feel like anytime you walk up on a car that you know can hit 200 with ease, you get a little bit plump. A little bit plump. You're like, damn it, I need to drive that.
That's the dick pic you send people is with the half plump after a NASCAR event. Like, I'm going to take a couple just to have in the bank, just in case.
Yeah.
Yep. But you know the net I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I've actually seen it catch a car. Believe it or not, it's insane.
So why don't we put a net over these?
Aren't they steel nets though?
But if they
Yes.
can catch a car, my point is, if they can catch a car,
They can catch a shark.
they can catch a fucking person trying to jump in a shark tank and cause us a giant lawsuit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there are probably signage all over the place. Do not approach the tank. There's a yellow line for your safety. Do not cross the yellow line. And then when somebody breaks the rules and sticks their hand in there, they can't sue because they were warned multiple times. Don't go past the damn line.
I think it'd be funnier if there was a group of people that monitored it. And the second they cross the first barrier, they tackle them and just fuck them up in front of the crowd. You know what I mean?
Just have like retired linebackers just waiting in the wing. Like have Joey Porter just waiting in the wings. Like just wait. Like if they cross that line, that's Tom Brady and he's wide open. Just get him. Like you know what I mean? Just
Yeah. Just knocks them clean out the fucking fanny pack.
absolutely. Fanny pack and sandals just flying in the air is what I want to see. Just like an explosion of a human being.
Fucking Q-tips and baby wipes everywhere.
Yeah. Yes. His disposable camera is all screwed up now. I had good pictures on that thing, you jerks.
They're not going to develop right.
The sunscreen's over here. His money clip's over there. He's probably got his shorts around his ankles by the time he makes it up, and Joey Porter gets up off him like, "We told you, this is my house."
Why do they sell beer at the zoo? Beer
For the dads that don't want to be there.
Not so smart. So why the hell do they sell beer?
Because it lowers your inhibitions and you're at the zoo.
I don't understand that. You would think that you would want people with their wits firmly about them at the zoo, so they don't go and do the crazy shit that people end up doing at the goddamn zoo.
I think it's partially for their entertainment too. Like, all right, let's get these fuckers drunk and see who's dumb enough to do some. I need a little excitement. I think the tiger needs to chase something here a little bit.
Carolyn Monroe. I just love this person. If someone that sticks their hand or face in a shark tank, they most definitely deserve what happened next. Fuck them. They don't deserve a net.
Good for her.
Agreed.
Good for her.
Absolutely agree. Couldn't agree more. Stupid should definitely hurt every single damn time. They sell beer to make shark food. Let the shark eat them.
Well, I feel like they sell beer at big events like that for women and children's safety. It's a lot of money. It's always hot, and they're always bitching. And then you're there completely sober on your day off, listening to what you just paid for. You just paid to listen to them bitch 30 minutes after you got there because they watched the elephant shit and are ready to go home.
Like, it's hot. This sucks. I don't want to be here anymore. These animals are boring, man.
Think about it, because
no one died.
Those people drink that beer to get drunk up. That was $13 a beer that dude paid to get that fucking wrecked there. You know what I mean? He was having a bad time.
Yeah.
He didn't. I'm going to say he didn't want to be there.
How cold it is. No beer that costs more than $5 tastes good at all.
But maybe you needed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of those moments where she's like, "You're coming to the fucking zoo with us today and you're going to have a good time." And you're like, "Damn it." She's like, "I picked out your outfit. It's that pink shirt over there with the fanny pack and the khaki shorts. Now put them on and meet us in the minivan.
Don't forget your socks and sandals. It's going to be hot."
That's right.
All right.
If I was drunk, I would definitely be in the tank scratching jaws on his belly. I am the reason for nets. Carolyn Monroe again.
She's all over it.
You don't deserve them, bitch. Oh, boy. We have gotten some weird stuff out of the zoo.
Well, wait. There's a lot of weird stuff at the zoo.
You're damn right there are.
And it's a lot of weird people at the zoo.
I bet you didn't think this was going to take this turn, though. We're talking about the zoo.
I had a feeling that I was going to talk about all the people dying and shit because that's just what turns me on about the zoo. I mean,
yeah,
I love watching stupid people get damaged.
Yeah. Like, people who light cigarettes at gas pumps, like, do you not know gasoline's flammable? And if you don't, I highly doubt you could read in the first place.
I saw a video of this guy. He had a big spider. He opens his gas tank door, and he goes to put the thing in. He's like, "Oh, shit, there's this big spider in there." So he takes his lighter to burn the spider out of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, total freaking idiot. His whole car just went up. It was awesome.
Like, he didn't see all the caution flammable signs. Like, I mean, how do you fuck up a three-banger like flammable? Like, flammable. You know, just fucking light it. I can't read. I don't know. I'm tired of the spider. Light it.
It's because his sweatband was in his eye because he'd previously been attacked because a drop of sweat fell off his head in the alligator tongue.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man. This, all these idiots like the private zoo people like Joe Exotic. You know what I mean? That is so just a weird lifestyle.
The private zoo thing's weird in general.
That's what I'm saying. It's a strange lifestyle. That's for a very specific guy, like the other guy who was this rival who just had a bevy of hot whores all over his Tiger Island.
Right.
Yeah.
I just find it weird that we as people will, we'll take the time to pull you over spending tax dollars for a turn signal and have that cop walk up and harass you for a 99-cent light that you probably knew was out and you haven't had a chance to fix yet. But some random asshole in Wyoming can order in like fucking 50 endangered creatures, put up one habitat and feed them old fucking meat, and no one bats an eye about it. They're all just like, well, it doesn't look right, but I mean, who are we to judge?
It depends on the community. Mike Tyson had that place in Southington, Ohio. That's the neighboring community where I grew up in Champion. The township or whatever of Southington made a law against having tigers or exotic animals over so much weight, I think. And he's like, well, fuck you. If I can't have my tigers, I'm leaving. And he sold the place and left.
They shouldn't have treated the champ like that.
I agree. But they were afraid that his tigers are going to escape and start mauling the Amish kids.
I think Iron Mike Tyson would have taken them out.
I feel like Mike Tyson looks at them tigers and they sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like they know their place. He's the champ.
Oh shit, it's the champ. My bad. I didn't know I was up against the champ.
Right. They're like, sorry, man. I thought you was that bitch ass gardener that keeps walking over here. Sorry, boss.
Jorge keeps coming over here and fucking with my ears. I don't like him. It's my bad.
Right. Or they only respond to like his voice. You know what I mean? Like they recognize the, hey, you guy better sit the fuck down type. You know what I mean?
You damn tigers.
Yeah.
You damn tigers. Don't you scratch me again.
Like, I feel like that's how it would, like when they escape, that would be his fix. Like they fly Mike Tyson in, or he's like on the phone with him and he's like, you got to talk like me. And the dude's trying to simulate his list. Like, you know what I mean?
Doesn't get the right impressionist to be Mike Tyson and just go up and do it. It's just put him on speaker, put him up against the intercom, see what they do.
Yeah, definitely.
You know who I want to see handle tigers? Gilbert Godfrey. I want to see Gilbert Godfrey with a whip and two flaming hoops telling these tigers what to do on USA Friday night. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't throw the hope.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
I feel like that's a good time. Like, I'll go to Gilbert Godfrey's zoo. It's going to be fucking great.
Only if he announces every exhibit that you're at.
I feel like it would be like a touchscreen thing, right? Like it's just a recording of Gilbert Godfrey telling you about a tiger in his own way.
This is the fucking penguin. It's just waddles and it wears a tux. Move it on.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a show I'd go to.
This is the lion and it likes to sleep.
I bet you Gilbert Godfrey would have a fucking Panda Express in his private zoo.
Maybe. But they only serve real panda, not imitation panda.
Like the pandas that are on their last leg, like the old ones that's like, he's only got a few weeks left. Serve up the panda.
That's right. That's right.
I feel like that would be considered a delicacy that only the rich assholes could afford. You know what I mean?
I'm sure it is.
Not the drunk dads.
I've
Yeah.
got some polar bear steaks. I found them
Nice. Nice.
legally.
Well, that is it. I think we've got plenty. But before we go, let's talk to our guest about where you're going to be. Make your plugs, bro. Where can they find you, our viewers and your viewers?
Right now, I got the show coming back up at the Tipsy Cow in Latonia. I got a couple things in the works. Nothing really set in stone yet. Still working out the finer details to get some dates laying down. But also, you can find all that information on my website, MikeBonoComedy.com, or every Wednesday, I got my podcast out, the Ride Home Rants podcast. There's my beautiful animated face. You can find me there. I got a bunch of great guests coming on the show. If you want to listen to them, the link is ridehomerants.buzzsprout.com. You can find all of my previous episodes. Go check this week's out. I have a big episode this week. I don't mean to plug it on your show here, but I talked to former middleweight champion of the world, Kelly Pavlik. Great dude to talk to. He actually has a lot of charitable organizations that I'm trying to help out through my podcast too as well. So,
right on. Pavlik.
You never returned any of my emails.
Dude, it's the face. I don't know what it is. I just it's all in the pretty face. That's what I've been told I am, is just a pretty face, and I cover it with a beard. So I look a lot older than I actually am.
What are you, like 47?
I'm 32.
Yeah, Carolyn Monroe just asked, where's this female guest? Bono, Hamill, the world may never know. Well, what happened was 10 minutes before you contacted me about coming on today, I'd forgotten I talked to you last Saturday about being on the show this week. So I was scrambling for a guest last night, like I always am.
Right.
And I asked a young lady from Michigan to be on. She will be on next Saturday, Miss Kyla McGrath. She's a funny young comedian out of Detroit, Michigan area. And yes, that will be our first female guest. So it's not today. It's next Saturday. I asked Bono first. I had to bump her. I'm sorry, guys. I put the damn thing out. And then 10 minutes later, it was like, well, we're not having a female guest. And I wasn't going to go back and redo it because it was going to be funny. Can't see the problem. That's right. Can't see the problem.
So there we were in the huddle, driving down the field against Denver on our way to the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness, Moore is absolutely walloped. I don't know how he's going to get up. Penalty.
I love watching kids get taken out by dogs and shit. I don't know why
I'm so sorry.
funny as hell to me.
Me into it.
Kids getting taken out, period, are just funny because they always bounce back. You know, they're
tough little shits.
Yeah.
Yo, this has been one joke at a time, and that was the fucking zoo.
With Michael Copenhaver and Spike McCulley. Oh, God, a producer, he's a real OG. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for